Hello everybody, and I hope you're having a nice week. Now, this week's video is a special one. We've got a tournament match gameplay against a very strong team that we've fought a number of times. It's a really good matchup of my guild's team versus this team, and this is a close game. This is a really good one, so sit back and relax because today we're going to watch some tournament gameplay. But really quickly before we begin, I just wanted to talk about how you can get involved in tournaments. It's super simple. All you need to do is you can go to the PvP panel up here, and then you go to the third tab down, the tournaments tab, and you'll see there's all kinds of tournaments that are listed for you to play in. You can read this line down here where it says daily. Those are the daily tournaments. There's special events. There's 3v3 tournaments. There's monthly tournaments. There's weekly tournaments. But the dailies are very open to basically whoever wants to play them. And the really cool thing is even if you lose, you don't lose anything. You don't lose your rating. You don't lose nothing. So there's no opportunity cost involved in playing these. And so even if you're new at the game, even if you're not the best player, you shouldn't necessarily shy away from these. They're a great way to learn, especially if you can get a team of 5 to play these regularly. So the only thing you need to do to play in these is get a group of 5, like I said. So how can you go about doing that? Because not everybody has that. There's 2 ways. First way is you can look at the time when the tournament starts. Like let's say this one's at 7:15. So go onto the LFG about 15 minutes before this tournament starts. And what you can do is go on the LFG tab, go to PvP, go to the tournaments tab, and you can go ahead and advertise a group, and you can just say something like Daily AT looking for Gold 1+ players. Set your language is a great way to do it, and then you are off to the races. That's a great way to find people, but if you don't like the idea of that, I've also got a guild which I have linked in the description called War Pigs. Now, there's lots of people in the War Pigs guild that do these tournaments and would love to bring you along, whether you're experienced, whether you're new. There's all different kinds of groups for different skill levels in there, so feel free to join that guild if you're looking to get involved in some tournaments. That'll be linked in the description for absolutely anybody who wants to be an active member of a guild to come and join and have some fun. So that's a little preamble on how you can get started in the tournaments. And I know that you guys are always curious about the build, so this is what is being run today. Corruption, Retribution, Herald. This is the standard Condi Herald traits, the standard amulet. Where I vary is I like the Demon Queen relic and the Trapper Rune. The Trapper Rune is just the highest damage if you are a conditioned build. A lot of Herald's defensives are active, they're not passive, so I find that having a little bit of extra condition damage helps me to win those fights, and Demon Queen is an excellent bit of anti-heal. You can swap one of the sigils for a damaging sigil if you prefer, but I think that I get lots of damage from my rune, and so I like to get my sigils to keep me alive. So very quickly, that is the build. Feel free to take a screenshot, give this a try. Now, finally, let's get into the gameplay. Jeez. Alrighty, let's finally take a look at this gameplay. This is a really fun one. We're up against a team called Calculated Risk. We've been seeing these guys in tournaments a lot lately, and they are an excellent group. I think that they are maybe PvE legends who have ventured into the realm of PvP, but it's always a good fight when we see them, and they're very coordinated. And just a good group, and this is a very, very close match. Truly, either team could have won this. Just depended on a few key moments, and very entertaining one in my opinion. So I am playing Condi Herald, and Condi Herald's role is a duelist. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cap home. I actually, in hindsight, think that it maybe would have been better to send our Untamed to cap home and put the Condi Rev in the team fight at mid, because of the fact that I can kind of pump out a lot of AoE damage, whereas the Untamed is a little bit more single target focused. But anyways, we actually end up losing this mid fight. As you can see, my Willbender dies, so we are immediately outnumbered, and the enemy team's duelist here, the Untamed, immediately aggresses upon me. And so I am playing for the side notes. I want to kind of draw him to far so that I can take a duel versus him. Now I am critically low already though. He's put a lot of damage into me, and as you can see, I'm below 5,000 health. There's 3,000 health, so I need to use my heal. I get a cheeky knockback with the Glint Elite, which is going to combo really nicely with my Demon Queen relic to put poison on him. I use the Riposting Shadows to dodge up and away, and I need to just stop for a minute and regain some health and cooldowns, so I get my Enchanted Daggers and go for a big burst onto the Untamed here. And I want to just get some conditions onto him. And as you can see, they tick away with a lot of damage, partly due to my Trapper rune, which has a very, very high condition damage stat, and it is able to burn him down. But he gets a plus from a teammate, and I get a plus from my teammate as well. So we focus our damage on the Spectre, and it's enough to scare him away. But here comes the cavalry. Here comes 2 more enemies. So now we are 2 of us versus 3 of them, but we have it down on the Spectre. We need to consolidate our damage on this Spectre here, and I need to survive. I don't have my glint heal, so I need to play it a little bit safe here. I called to my friend, they're rezzing, so he comes back to get a little bit of cleave here. And I need to be careful, like I say, I've not got my heal ready to go here. So I need to pull away because I'm getting bursted. I'm going to go for the terrain to get some kiting action here, jump up onto the boxes, and my heal's ready, so I pop that really quickly. And I see a low target, so I grab the pull on him, and I call the target to alert my friend, but sadly he gets bursted down. My teammates are all running in here, but this is a losing fight. This is not looking good for us, so I start calling for them to pull out. But it's a little bit too late, and as you can see, we lose this fight big time. And the score is very, very close at the start here. 70 points for the enemy team versus about 100 for my team. And my objective here is just to survive. I'm trying to win this node, of course. You see, he uses his Chill to the Bone. There's one time, okay? There's a second time, so he's still canceling that. So this guy's got very good PvP mechanics. So there's a third time he's used it. So he's still canceled it on me 3 times in a row, as you can see. So I'm going to go for a quick burst onto him here. And there's the 4th Chill to the Bone. He's still canceled that 3 times on me. So this is definitely a strong player I'm up against here. Now, he is a Condi Reaper, which is very scary for me. And I need to go to my Roamer who's on the way in, or else I would have died there. But I get my heal up, then my Roamer's here. So let's see if we can pressure this guy. But the Chrono arrives as well. So we actually get the down on the Reaper. And so I signal to my Roamer that let's cleave it, but they get the res so quickly. The Thief rotates in as well. And now I'm back to survival mode. I just need to try and survive here against this Reaper. Me being outnumbered on this node the way I have been is good for my team, because if you think about it, if there's 2 people chasing me, then the rest of the team has fewer people to contend with. Now let's see this kiting here. I use my impossible odds to run away around the boxes, try to juke out the Reaper. He's Chills to the Bone, I need to dodge, and he finally takes me away from behind with, I think, some maybe scepter damage or something along those lines. So this is a close game. We have 160 points to their 150. This is a 10-point game, and I just died. I thought I did okay, but I'm going to need to pull a little bit together here because we are all tied up now. And there's a big fight going on at mid. But as you can see, we were able to secure it down. So I'm going to try and fly in here to finish this fight off. Let's see. But my team is carrying me. They have gotten lots of kills over here. Now, I want to start thinking about securing my spot back at far, but as you can see, the Reaper snuck in behind me, and I don't want to give the node that we have, the home node, so I'm going to go ahead and chase him back here. Now, here's another very smart, very clever play by this Reaper. This is I really commend this Reaper. He jumps up here to use this kiting spot so that he can't be teleported on by my Roamer. So, very well played by him. And now he's got lots of shrouds, so I need to kite his damage and stay away from it. I back myself into a corner like a bit of a dum-dum there. And I've got my vert here, so he's just about to run out of shrouds. So as you can see, I'm just going impossible odds, and I'm just doing as much damage as I possibly can. He gets a big Chill to the Bone onto my Virtuoso, which actually allows him to survive. So very impressive play by this Reaper. He definitely knows what he's doing, and is doing really well. But we do land a nice knockdown with the Glint Wings on him, which allows us to get the kill. And I'm going to come back to my home node and duel this Guardian, but this time I actually tell my Mesmer to leave me to duel this, because the Virtuoso is more useful in sort of the big team fights, and we've got the Bell coming up. So I feel that I should actually just take this duel against the enemy Willbender on my own here. So he uses his renewed focus, which means that he's going to be invulnerable for a few seconds. He's going to have all of his virtues back. So I need to play defensively. As you can see, I put my shield block up, and I use Reposting Shadows because I'm trying to avoid a lot of his big virtue attacks, but I think that he's spent them all now, and so I go for the knockdown, and then I followed up with a little bit of damage, and the conditions tick away on him. So when you're fighting those willbenders, right, they're going to have that elite called Renewed Focus, where they're going to go invulnerable for 3 seconds, and it's going to recharge all of the Virtue's cooldowns. So when they use that Renewed Focus, know that you're about to have a wall-up coming in, and you have to play defensively for a minute. And if that Willbender burns all of his virtues all over again, then he's back at square one and he's kind of out of ammo again. So that's kind of how I played that, is I waited for his Renewed Focus to end, and then immediately played defensively by using my shield block and riposting shadows. And then once he was out of his virtues damage, I counterattacked and was able to secure the down. And at this point we've got some kills, so I'm looking to get myself sort of planted here at far again. I've got my Virtuoso with me, so this is a 2v2, but this is right outside of their spawn, so we're in danger at any point of lots of respawns coming in, and there come the respawns. So I signaled to my Vert to leave this fight, but I think he may have been on maybe like the Firework relic or something, so he didn't have the movement speed required to escape this fight. And here's another person, so that makes it 3 or 4 people on this node now. And when you have these people outnumbering you, you should not fight for the node, because if I stand on this node, I will get shredded. Look, there's 4 people after me right now. And I type a little cheeky banter message and say, hello gents, to them, because I've got 4 people trying to kill me right now. And the object of the game is to waste these guys' time. If there's 4 people trying to kill you, then that means that there's only one other enemy player on the map. And because of that, we're able to hold home, and we're able to hold mid without really any stress, because it's 4 of my teammates versus 1 of them to hold those 2 nodes. So they realize this and they rotate out, which leaves me with a 1v1 versus the Spectre. Spectre is very scary, but I have actually fought it a good bit on Power Herald, and so he plays for the node, which allows me to get lots of my highly damaging conditions onto him and just slowly kind of burn him down. Like I say, I'm using the Trapper rune here, which is kind of a bit of a cheeky pick for a Condi Herald. A lot of Condi Heralds are taking defensive runes, and I choose an offensive rune. So that's the end of the game. This was a really good one, and I have a lot of respect for the enemy team. They truly could have won this, and they've won a bunch of games against us. So until our next match, very good games to both teams. And that is a little bit of a tournament gameplay. I thought it was a really fun one and showcased some really high level play, and I hope that you guys enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed presenting it to you. So if you enjoy the tournament games, let me know. If you would rather see ranked, that's fine too. You can let me know that too. Warpig's guild link in the description. Subscribe if you haven't done so. It doesn't cost nothing, and I'm so close to 4K. And that's everything. Thanks. Bye.